Good day, everyone. This is Mark Schmitz, Superintendent of Schools for Staples Motley, with an update regarding last night's board meeting, which took place Monday, October 15th, 2012 at 7 p.m. at the Staples Media Center. The meeting was called to order, followed by two activities in our school community forum. The first activity involved a presentation of a plaque to Jason Bernick from the Bernick Foundation. The Bernick Foundation awarded a grant to the district for the Staples Family Center over in Motley. So the audience, as well as the school board, and Jason toured the Family Center, where a plaque was presented to him in appreciation for their donation of grant dollars to help construct that facility. The next presentation at the public school forum, or the community forum, was candidate Don Niles. Don Niles is running for House District 9A. Don presented some of his thoughts and gave us some of his resume credentials and fielded some questions from the group. The board then moved on to the consent agenda, which they approved, and then moved on to curriculum and staff development. Immediately, the beginning items on curriculum staff development was a presentation from Cindy Swenson regarding the SMCC Summary and Action Plan and the 2012 Staff Development Report. She then presented the English Language Arts and World Language Curriculum documents to the board, which the board will then have a month to review and potentially approve at the November board meeting. The board then moved to dissolve the boys' tennis program. Our tennis program seems to be following the way of a lot of other tennis programs where boys just are not joining tennis at the rate they used to be. This was at a savings of $15,000, and we had very few boys currently signed up. Mike Schmidt, our AD, had contacted those families in advance to get their opinions on it, and the board chose to dissolve that program due to lack of numbers. They then moved on to item to approve a cooperative sponsorship of gymnastics between Brainerd schools and ourselves. This was a request from a family who had a daughter that wanted to participate in gymnastics. They being the family, will be paying any cost associated with that cooperative agreement. Finally, there was another cooperative agreement between Wadena Deer Creek, Staples Motley, Svika, Eagle Valley, and New York Mills for the boys tennis program that we co-op. And what that new agreement was to add Eagle Valley and Svika to that boys hockey cooperative. Board then moved to financial items, where Marcy Lord, our business manager, presented the financial report, and the board approved an authorization to pay vouchers. The board then approved the removal of John Moore from all financial accounts, as John is full-time food service. The board approved the sale of 3 district vehicles. The way the board sells items, being a government entity, it must put them out for bids. So it will be a 94 Ford Tempo, a 97 Chevy Ventura, and a 2000 Ford Windstar. So if anyone's interested in bidding on those, keep your eye open. We're not quite sure where we're going to put those. There's a government website. We may put those out for bid, but we're still researching that. Then item 17 was the board approval of a fixed asset deletion report. That is basically when we throw things away that are of certain financial value, the board must approve those so that they are removed from our books. And the majority of these items are old computers and old monitors. You will find some things on there like filing cabinets and those type of things. But the board approved that. Final items were personnel. The board approved the slate as presented for winter extracurricular coaches. So good luck to all of them on our winter activities. The board approved Ethan Black as a high school social studies for this year, so congratulations, Ethan. And once again, welcome aboard. The board then approved an increase of Carrie Johnson for Motley Elementary Music from 20% to 22.8%. This is as a result of our large elementary, particularly kindergarten classroom over in Motley. Then following Carrie Johnson increase in time was an increase in time of Chris Kapler. Chris is a FIAD teacher over in Motley. He replaced Bruce Onachek upon his retirement. Chris is being increased from 65 to 85% as our FIAD teacher. The board approved unpaid family medical leave of absence for Renee Jacobson, and we wish Renee the best of luck for her and her family in her family needs. Board approved a .5 one-on-one special ed paraprofessional to post for one in Motley. The board approved the resignation of Jackie Terrell as our adventures coordinator. That's our after-school program, or school-age care program at Staples Elementary, and then approved permission to post for it. And that completed the board action items for October 15th. Everyone take care, have a wonderful fall, and happy Halloween.